everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT Elestrals. MBT Elestrals. Whoopee! So today I want to talk to you about the Elestrals Dallas Open. I remember really early on into Elestrals, a lot of individuals were asking me what I think it would take for it to become the next big thing, and I was very specific about how for this to become an actual thing and not just a card game associated with a YouTuber, it was going to have massive LGS support, availability of paper play and webcam events, and eventually premier level tournaments. They've really knocked it out of the park on the first two, especially for as small an operation as Elestrals is. No, they're not Disney. And I'm super happy with the OTS support that is becoming larger and larger every day. Anyway, the other day they revealed the Dallas Open 2025, which looks to be their equivalent to YCS tournaments.
The Dallas Open 2025 is going to be Elestrals' first official premier event in person. It's going to be taking place in Dallas, Texas at the Hampton Inn & Suites in Dallas, Mesquite, Texas. The event is going to be taking place on March 22nd with Top Cut on March 23rd.
I'd been calling it Worlds because as a hypothetical, that's how it was pitched to me, but it does look a lot more like a premier level event than like invitation only crazy event with 16 insanely good players. If it's Worlds, it's going to be like season 1 of League of Legends Freaks Basement Worlds. Anyway, if you haven't seen this series of videos yet, there's a ton of them on the Elestrals channel detailing exactly what the Open is. I'm just going to give you the highlights right here. Firstly, it is a 128 person main event tournament. You have to buy entry in advance.
Space is going to be limited. This tournament will be capped at 128 players, and we do have room for spectators as well. So,
secondly, it is a celebration of all things Elestrals, and there will be side events available for individuals who have purchased the spectator badge. That's going to entitle them to side events, but there's also like other stuff going on. A-Drive's been kind of cagey about it, but he says there will be like special guest appearances and like things to do that aren't just the TCG.
We want to make sure that the experience we create is exciting and fulfilling for everyone. For those who love the heat of competitive battle, to those who just want to dive a little further into the world of Elestrals. And ultimately, that means making every level of prizing, from participation all the way to the Grand Champion, feel rewarding. We want to make sure the on-site experience is fun to be a part of with special guests, panels, activities, and much, much more. All of that is just the beginning, and the Dallas Open is going to kickstart this brand new adventure.
That all sounds super sick. I was lucky enough to get a badge. I will be in attendance, but I do want to talk a little bit about some of the other stuff that's happened since. So none of the webcam tournaments have exceeded 100 players as of yet. That's fine. Yu-Gi-Oh! Events frequently don't go to 100 players, even the remote duel regionals. But as a result, they were shooting small when it came to the Open, capping it at 128 people. And as someone who has run an event like this, I have to say, that may have been too conservative. I talk a little bit about this in my short, but I think what they were trying to do is ensure that they will have the on-site staff necessary to be able to handle 128 people in one room. Also, there's like just a general frustration about fire codes and how you can only have so many people in one ballroom, but still a small event. Unfortunately, on the day that entry went live, it sold out in 4 minutes, which meant that a lot of people who didn't set an alarm didn't get in, including Trishula and Bean Soldier and Swolax, which, you know, great news for me. You know, my plan against Josh was just to hire a hit on him, but this saves me a couple $1,000s. In the days and I think single week since, they have announced a plan to give out some more passes as well to individuals who are currently on the waitlist. So unfortunately, this does mean that the best players in Elestrals will be there. The reason why this is unfortunate is because of the prizing. Look at this fucking shit. Some super sexy spirits and mats, and God, this is the one I want so much. These 3 Astrabbits that correlate with the place that you get. These are so cool. I will be tryharding this event, even though it comes at a pretty bad time for me. It's the weekend after Vegas, but I do feel like I have a little bit to prove that I'm not just a locals legend in this game. I don't get to enter a lot of tournaments because of my schedule, so making room for one of this caliber is going to be incredible. I'm super excited to be there, and I'm super excited to see all of you there too. I know a lot of people have voiced that they are excited to meet me as well. I'm completely fine with that. You want to take a picture, have me sign stuff, I'll give you some prototype cards. I'm not doing that last one. I'm just a normal person like all of you. The only difference is that when I lose to Bean Soldier, I make 15 tweets about it. The one thing I've been a little bit saddened about when it comes to the Dallas Open is I haven't seen anything about coverage. Now, to be clear, that's an insanely tall order. If you want to look even remotely competent, it's going to require a really fantastic organization behind it, one that Elestrals hasn't had to build yet. Not to mention, the way broadcasting works in a lot of locations, you have to specifically hire union talent, and those are going to be established people within the industry, which maybe don't necessarily necessarily know how to play this game that 20 people on the planet actually know how to play. So I don't know if they plan to stream it or not. If they do, I will do my best to put in a bid for a caster. I would love to do that. But if they don't have plans to cast it, no skin off my nose. I will still enter as a competitor. Notably, Moonrise is going to be legal for this event. Obviously, it's like 2 months from now. Moonrise comes out in a week and a half, which means that I think none of us really have any idea what's actually going to be good at present. If you want a better understanding of the decks that are going to be in Moonrise and their impact on the metagame, watch this space, because from here on out, every 20 Spirit testing, of course, is going to deal with Moonrise. And not to hijack a Worlds announcement to announce a tournament of my own, but if you look at the Elestrals event schedule, they don't have any of the webcam tournaments for February listed yet, which means that the remainder of January is completely free. We'll be taking advantage of that and doing a tournament in late January, for which Moonrise is legal. Right now, we are workshopping the final week of January. That's the 25th. Just got to get pieces in place and people hired. For that event in particular, Moonrise is going to be legal, but I understand that it may not be in everyone's hands by that point. The way that shipping on booster boxes works out, sometimes it takes people a couple of weeks to get cardboard into their hands, and I don't want some individuals to be able to pulveror and other individuals to be able to nulveror, pulveront. Jesus, what am I doing? So for this event, and again, still hammering out the details as to how this is going to happen, we will be permitting proxies to be played. I think the concept is going to be really low tech. I'm going to require you to print out a standard size high-res color photo of the card, just on printer paper is fine, and then slide that little insert over an existing card in your deck. It should be immediately recognizable to anyone you are playing against. That does change the weight of the cards a little bit, and I guess a person who's really adept at sleight of hand could theoretically cut 2 Moonrise cards, but you can already do that with Frostfall Bends, so, you know, whatever. Again, that's going to be the 25th, so mark your calendars now if you're interested in playing in that event. I'm also happy to announce that Poison Nectar Monthly will be cast. It will be cast in real time somehow. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the entire event, if I'm going to be doing the MCS thing where I let the first 2 rounds run on their own so we have top tables for the remainder of the event, or if I'm just going to do top cut, but I will be putting it through YouTube Live on this channel in real time, and we can all watch as Josh cheats his way to another victory. That boy's got to be stacking. Have you seen his lists? It's all one-ofs. Anyway, let me know how you feel about this Worlds event. I am super, super thrilled by what I've seen so far. I think this organization that A-Drive has set up has really popped up in the card game equivalent of overnight. God knows how long it took Konami to put anything resembling a competent broadcast team together. And at this point, they have an organization that is renting out hotel rooms in order to host 256-person events that include side events, on-site judging, and staff, and hopefully it all works out well. And we're not even playing for air fryers. What are you going to do if you got the dino nuggets? You can't cook them. What are you excited for when it comes to the Dallas Open? Is there anything you were itching to try? Any individual cards you think are going to be good in that specific format? Are you frustrated that you're not going to be able to play for a single rubber mat and nothing else? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you tomorrow for the first deck of the Moonrise season. Again, Poison Nectar Monthly, 25th of January. Show up.